Hey guys, Amanda from A Dangerous Business here. Today I'm just going to give you a little behind the scenes look into how I book some of my travel or how I do searches for when I'm booking travel. And I'm going to talk to you today about Kayak, kayak.com. It's a search site that I use literally all the time. Pretty much anytime I'm going to book a flight, I come to Kayak first. So I just wanted to show you kind of some different things that you can do when you're using Kayak to look for flights and hotels. So when you're doing just a regular flight search on Kayak, which is what I have up here right now, it's pretty self-explanatory. You put in where you're leaving from, where you're going to, the dates, how many people, that sort of thing. I've checked the box for include nearby, which will include nearby airports. So if you have a couple airports that are in your area, it'll find prices from all of them. Also, I'm going to choose the show flexible dates option, and this allows you to kind of select, you can do plus or minus 3 days. So if you don't really have set dates and you're just like, I want to go sometime in the middle of November, you can use this option and kind of see what the different price ranges are for those dates. So you go ahead and click search, and Kayak goes and actually searches a bunch of different sites for you. You can create a price alert if this is something that you kind of want to keep an eye on. Just pop in your email address. And then what happens is it brings up this nice little table where it'll show you the days that you've selected to fly on, and it'll also show you if there are any other cheaper days around there, and it'll show you the most expensive options. So then that kind of helps you decide when the best days to go might be. Kayak also, up in the top left here, there's this little kind of like recommendation whether you should buy now or wait or whatever, and these are just based on prices for this same flight over the past week. So you can see here, you can see how it's gone up and down, up and down, up and down in the past week or so, and Kayak's advising you to buy this flight right now with a confidence of about 80% because they are predicting that the prices are probably going to go up within the next week. So it's kind of a neat little feature if you're not really quite sure if you want to buy yet, but you see that this price has been fluctuating a lot. You might just want to go ahead and do it. There's a lot of other cool things you can look at here. Obviously, if you scroll down, then that's where you're going to see all of the flight options. If you click on the show details, you can see the exact flights as well as any layovers and how long they're going to be. You can also, if you find a departing flight and you like that, but you don't really like the return, you can just select one or the other, which is kind of cool. Not all booking sites allow you to do that. And yeah, you can also see where you'll actually find this price. So, for example, this Frontier flight up at the top is actually being sold by cheaptickets.com, whereas this United flight is actually being found right on united.com. One thing that I love about Kayak is they're not actually trying to sell you anything. So if I were to go ahead and click select on this flight, it's actually going to take me over to United's site. Kayak doesn't sell anything through their site. They just compare all of the prices and give them to you. So you can see where you can find the cheapest flight or hotel or something like that, but you don't actually book anything through Kayak. So I like it just because you can see all the options without really being obligated to buy anything, because Kayak's not trying to sell you flights or hotels through their site, which is kind of cool. You can also use the little filters on the left hand side if you want to filter it by time. Like, let's say you don't want to leave at 5:30 in the morning, you can move it down to about 11 or so. You can also choose the different airports. Like I said, I clicked the option to show different airports, and you can even, if you have a carrier preference, you can do that. They also have a cool filter that's Airline Alliance. So if you are a member of Star Alliance, which United is a member of, as well as a bunch of other airlines, so you can do, you can just look at Star Alliance, you can look at SkyTeam, Oneworld, depending on, if you are earning frequent flyer miles through one alliance, you can just search for that, which is kind of neat as well. So that's how you do a basic flight search in Kayak, which is, I like. Hotels work pretty much the same way. So if you're going to do a hotel search, again, you just put in the city, your dates, how many rooms you need. You can also search by ratings, price range, that sort of thing. I'm just going to go ahead and click search though, because you can also put those filters in once the search is done. And again, here, you're not buying the hotels from Kayak, so as you're scrolling through, you can see right under the price where you can find that price for that hotel. And you can also see underneath the name of the hotel all the different options you have. So let's say that you really like using Agoda to book your hotels, or you really like Booking.com to book your hotels. You can go and click over to that site and book through there. So that's something that I would probably do because, for example, I use Booking.com a lot, meaning that I get some special discounts through them. So I might go ahead and just book through there. And if you do click on, you'll see that there is an option to book like through Kayak on some of these. But like I said, Kayak doesn't actually sell anything. So when you click on that, let's just go ahead and pick one of these random hotels. When you click on that, it's actually going to send you somewhere else. So you're actually booking this hotel on Priceline or on Booking.com or somewhere else, basically wherever the best price is found. So if you click on that Kayak option, that's really what you're doing there. In these hotel listings, it's also pretty cool. You can see all the different features. You can look at reviews right inside Kayak, and a lot of these are taken from some of these other sites. So you can see here, there are some reviews taken right from Booking.com for this specific hotel. Over on the left-hand side, you can use the filters once again if you want to look for specific stars, specific reviews as well. Price range, let's say I do not want to spend $2,000 on a hotel. You can definitely bring that down a bit. And you can also look for freebies and amenities. So for me, for example, I'm definitely going to want to look for hotels that have Wi-Fi and free internet because that's something that's really important to me when I'm traveling. So you can definitely look at that through Kayak. You can also, if you're looking for, let's say, a beach hotel. I don't know how many beach hotels there are in San Francisco, but if you click on that, you'll actually find what is available there for different types of hotels, whether you're looking for something family-friendly or romantic. You can search that way, which is pretty cool. The last thing, though, that I want to show you in Kayak, it's actually my favorite part of this site. If you click on the this little square up in the top right corner and you click on Explore, this is one of the coolest features of Kayak as far as I'm concerned. So basically you put in whatever city you would be flying out of and you pick a month. So let's just say I want to go somewhere in, let's say, January. I just want to go somewhere. I haven't decided where yet. You can use this Explore feature to actually see what types of places you could visit and the prices that you can find. So, for example, it looks like in January, I could go down to Florida, Orlando, for like $81. That is pretty awesome. That's a really good price. I could also fly down to, let's see, Cancun for about $300. Again, pretty good. So in this, you can zoom out and see the entire world, basically. You could see flight prices and that sort of thing. You can also filter this, which is pretty neat. So you can filter by price. So let's say you don't really want to spend $1,000. You can filter it down and set your maximum price. So let's say I don't want to spend any more than like $600. And that'll filter it for you. You can also filter this by weather, which is really, really cool. So since it's January, I don't really want to go anywhere cold. So I'm going to set the temperature actually to about 70 degrees, which is warm. And then that, again, will set another filter. So now these are all the flights under $600 where it's going to be 70 degrees or warmer. And again, you can see the prices for all of these. So who knows? Could go to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico for about $500 and it would be warm. And there's some other filters too as far as if you want to do specific activities or even the part of the world that you want to visit. But this Explore feature is really fun. And I actually use this sometimes when I'm just like, oh, you know what? I need to get away. I need to go somewhere, but I don't really know where I want to go. And this can sometimes give you some really good ideas. If we go ahead and raise the price on this, let's see where it would be 70 degrees for like under $1,200 that time of year. All right, well, I could also go to Dubai. That would be really warm, I think. Or Hawaii. Hawaii would be another good option. And again, you can see those flight prices. If you click on one of those, then you can actually go ahead and put in dates and find flights. So again, if you don't have any idea when you want to go, Kayak's actually going to select or suggest some dates for you that's at that price range, and then you can search for flights. And yeah, it's a really cool feature. Again, one that I use quite frequently. And then there you go. There's your flight options. Now, sometimes when you are doing a flight search, you won't always get that price forecast, and that just completely depends on where you're going. A lot of times, Kayak can't make flight forecasts for international flights, but usually if you're sticking within the U.S., within the continental U.S., you'll get one of those. So again, really cool, useful features inside Kayak that I use all the time. So if you guys haven't really checked it out, and if you haven't checked out that Explorer feature ever, I would definitely say go and play around with it because it can be really fun. So that's it for my behind the scenes look today, but stay tuned because I'll probably do more of these in the future. Let me know what you think. Thanks, bye.